As we begin a new cycle of the Torah reading, we are introduced to a fascinating comment by Rashi in the very opening words to his commentary to the Torah. He says, why are we starting the Torah with the creation of the world? The Torah is a rule book, a book of law, mitzvot. So start from the first mitzvah. I don't understand why you're telling me stories about creation. Rashi goes on to give his own answer that I'm not going to touch on right now, but fascinatingly, it itself opens up another discussion, which is, what is the first mitzvah in the Torah? Do you know? Some say, HaChodesh Hazeh Lechem. This is the first of the new months to you. That's actually how Rashi understands the first mitzvah in the Torah. The concept of Rosh Chodesh, having a calendar and a series of a monthly cycle. However, perhaps we could suggest an alternative first. After all, there's the 10 Commandments, and the first of the 10 Commandments, Anochi Hashem Elokecha, Asher Hotzeiticha Me'eretz Mitzrayim, I am the Lord your God who took you out of Egypt. That could be the first mitzvah. And actually, from a technical perspective, the first mitzvah might even be given to Adam and Eve in the Garden of Eden. Be fruitful and multiply, peru u'revu. So we have many firsts. I'd like to suggest a fourth. I think the first mitzvah in the Torah, it's God's command to the world, to the universe, to all of creation. God's first words are Vayehi or, let there be light. We live in a world of much darkness. And as we start a Torah reading again, the very first command is, wherever we find darkness, bring light. I was once traveling back from a rabbinical seminar in the States to Montreal, and I got caught in terrible weather. The plane decided that it needed to stop at JFK, and it was a frightening thing, actually. I was scheduled to fly into Montreal. We had to make a early landing in New York. Now I was stuck. I went to the Air Canada desk, and there was 200 people waiting in front of me. I called the Air Canada helpline, and that automated voice said, please wait. There are other people ahead of you in the line. The estimated response time to somebody picking up your call is 6 hours. I said, well, that's not going to help me. So I turned to Facebook. This is going back, 7-8 years ago. And I wrote, I'm stuck in JFK. My flight's been cancelled. I have no way of getting onto any other Air Canada flight back to Montreal. Please help. Within 60 seconds, my cell phone rang, and the person at the other end of the line said, what is your passport number and your full name as it appears on your passport? I gave it to the person. He put down the phone. He called me back up 3 more minutes later, and he said, your flight has been taken care of. Find somewhere to sleep overnight, because at 9 a.m. tomorrow morning, you're heading back to Montreal on the following plane. That individual was an exceptional person, someone I haven't stopped thinking about. His name was Neil Uditsky. Within a moment of seeing I needed help, he simply fixed the solution. Where there was darkness, he brought light. He never asked me for any money. He never told me how he even did it. He didn't even want a thank you. Vayehi or. There's many opportunities, unfortunately, in our world that people struggle with their own darkness. Can we, with the first commandment of the Torah, bring light? Shabbat Shalom, dedicated in his memory.